There is no legal framework for the National Conference. You can't just begin to talk about issues that has constitutional implications without enabling law, and there's no such law. The second point is that the law in this country is that we run a federal system. So the federal government cannot set up a conference to deliberate on issues that states and local government has exclusive jurisdiction to talk about. They set up a national conference to deliberate on issues that states have exclusive jurisdiction. For instance, issues of local government are exclusively within the jurisdiction of the states. Issues of regional planning, taxation, and so on. Issues of law enforcement, criminal law enforcement. These are issues that the state has jurisdiction. The federal government cannot set up a panel to discuss on them, and our National Conference cannot come up with a resolution that will be binding on the National Assembly without an enabling law. So we're saying that the government was not ready for a national conference. It was not properly thought out, and there's no legal framework for that. And to that extent, any money being wasted in Abuja for this jamboree is simply a waste of the national wealth.
If this conference fails, it will be to the credit of those forces that want the status quo sustained, who are resisting change in every form. But as it is today, given what Nigeria is today, I believe that this conference still remains the only veritable platform to save this country from disintegration. And all the signs are around us, and we must make the best use of it. And that's why it's important for those forces of hegemony to rethink their strategy, to know that this country is going down. We need to arrest this light. We need to bring it back from the edge of the precipice. And we cannot do that once some people come with the mindset of what is mine, yours is for negotiation.
There is no law that we allow, that permits the National Conference to even make suggestions with respect to the Constitution. They are not empowered to amend the Constitution. The National Assembly does. Section 4 of the Constitution is clear about that. The National Assembly has the powers to make law for the Federation. And the Constitution is the ground norm of the Federation. So it's only the National Assembly that can do so. Now, if the National Assembly has made a law permitting National Conference, the National Assembly would have delegated that responsibility to the National Conference. There's no such delegation. There's no such law. So you cannot bring people together who are not nominated by Nigerians for their interest to override the interest of National Assembly, who are nominated representatives of Nigerians. So nothing comes out of it. Whatever comes out of the National Conference is simply a report, simply a recommendation to the President, not even to the National Assembly, because the National Assembly did not set up the National Conference. And that's the point we are making. Had it been the National Assembly made a law to set up the National Conference, then the National Conference would have been reporting to the National Assembly, and they can incorporate their views into the constitutional making process. But actually, no, that's not the situation now. It is a President's conference. And the executive cannot make law for the legislature because we have a separation of powers.
Since 1999, the National Assembly have been doing constitutional amendment, constitutional reviews. What have they amended? They've only changed some commas, some punctuation marks here and there, but not fundamental, not substantial. This constitution is bad. It cannot be amended. A bad constitution cannot be amended. If you have a battery, get the best manure, fertilizers, continue to water it. A bad tree cannot give you good fruit. The constitution is inherently bad. It lies against itself by saying we the people. It says a federal constitution, whereas it's unitary in conference. It's a republic. We say we are a republic. We are not a republic. So it's not amendable. So all the money they have spent on amending the constitution is a waste of money. What we need is a brand new constitution that can truly answer we the people of Nigeria.
National Conference, of course, we dialogue. People from different nationalities will dialogue and talk. I mean, we've been talking. You don't need a national conference for 6 months to do that. You don't need government to nominate its own candidates to do that. If you really want a genuine dialogue between nationalities and interest groups, then you allow the groups to nominate their representatives. You don't nominate representatives for groups and expect them to go there and deliberate and represent the interests of that group, because the group is not paying for their participation. So they don't have the mandate of the group. For instance, if you say the group is representing the pension board, pensioners, are they the one that nominated the person representing them there? with the person representing them, does it go back to the pensioners to ask for the opinion? So that's the point we're making. That who are they representing? Those conferences, who are they representing? Are they representing the constituencies that they said that they are representing, or they are nominated by government? Once the process of participation, the process of selecting participants to the conference is as important as the outcome of the conference.
We've just entered the critical stages of the conference in terms of committee deliberations, and this is the make or match situation. And I hope and pray that delegates from different parts of Nigeria will realize the urgency of now. What confront this nation? Nigeria is disappearing. Terror has taken over our land. We say 50 years of democracy in the midst of fear. Bring back or rescue our girls. Bombing here and there. And for people to think that, let's just continue where we are, we hold the election next year, we'll take back our power. It's a joke. It's a mirage. It's not going to happen. Nigeria, as constituted today, cannot hold the successful elections. If it goes for election the way we are in the next 7 months, we are going for war.